All right, I'm going to simplify basic market structure so you can understand. Basically, the market moves in a couple different ways. We have a bullish market, which makes higher highs and lower lows. So it moves up. It's pretty easy to understand. Price is moving up in one direction. So as you can see here, we're putting in lows that are higher than the previous low. And that means we're moving in an upward direction. And then we have highs that are now higher than the previous high. That shows us again that we're moving in the upward direction. So now the complete opposite of this is a bearish market. So this means that we're putting in lower highs and lower lows. So this is obvious that the market is moving down, right? If anyone was to look at this, it's literally a graph that's moving in the downward direction. It's easy to see. So this means each low that's being put in is lower than the previous low. And then the highs are also lower than the previous high before that. So the only other type of market that we could be in is a consolidating market. So this means there's no clear direction and it's kind of just chopping inside of almost like a box like this. So if you were to ask someone which direction is this going, you can't really tell. But these you can easily, make an arrow and show the direction that it's headed, right? But this inside a box. So this right here is going to be a bullish market. This right here is going to be a bearish market. And then this is consolidating or ranging, whatever you want to call it. Now, if you were to look at this, which one would you rather trade? Obviously, you want to be going in the direction of wherever the market is going. So if it's a bullish market, you want to catch a continuation and be in line with that movement that's clear and already happening, right? A bearish market, you want to be going down. You want to be looking for prices to continue lower because that's what the market's been doing this whole time. This right here, a consolidating or ranging market, this is not something we want to be trading, right? How are we supposed to know where price is likely to go? If it's going up clearly and respecting bullish market structure, we want to expect it to continue higher, right? And the same goes for if it's bearish. But when it's consolidating, there's no way to know which direction it's going to go. So this is what we want to avoid. All right, so this is going to be a chart example of what a bullish market looks like. So a bullish market is when it makes higher highs and higher lows as well, just like this, right? We're headed in the upward direction. So obviously it's not going to always be this clean when we look at the actual candle. Sometimes you might have a high that's a little bit lower than the previous one, but you want to identify the overall trend. Which way are we going? So as you can see here, we come up, we put in a new high, then a low, and then a higher high, and then a higher low, and then a higher high, and then we continue higher. So as you can see, we're headed in the upward direction all the way up until this high here. So now a bearish example, we put in lower lows and lower highs. As you can see, we're headed in the downward direction here. So a chart example of this is going to be right here. So we come up here and then we start trending down. We put in lower highs and lower lows here, and we head in that downward direction. Again, don't look too much into the details. You just want to see which direction the market is going overall. We can see here it's going down, and we can see here that it's going up. That's all that matters. It doesn't have to always perfectly be making lower highs and lower lows. So now this is going to be a chart example of what a consolidating or ranging market looks like. So remember we were talking about before, we had that box that we drew out. Look at this. This is like almost a perfect box that it could fit in. As you can see, there's no clear direction as to where the market is going here. We come down, we come up, and it's kind of just ranging inside of this box here. There's no clear direction. If you were to ask somebody which way they think it's going, you can't draw like a clear arrow either up or down, so it's hard to determine. These are the days that we want to stay out of and avoid trading in.